Members, the Infrastructure and Tourism Appropriations Conference Committee negotiated a $20.9 billion budget that invests in our workforce, arts, culture, community development, and our state's transportation infrastructure. This is approximately a 5% increase in total funding over the original House bill, predominantly due to increased appropriations in hurricane grants and local transportation projects. Up from $25 million, the conference committee agreed to $350 million in a hurricane recovery program to assist local governments to repair and mitigate revenue losses stemming from Hurricanes Ian and Nicole. This will be a huge effort to help those communities rebuild in the coming year. The conference committee included economic development funding of $269.4 million. This includes $80 million for Visit Florida, $21 million for Space Florida, $75 million for the Job Growth Grant Fund, and $25 million for rural infrastructure. Compared to the House bill, the conference report includes an additional $2.5 million for Space Florida, $16 million for rural infrastructure, a $50 million increase for the Job Growth Grant Fund, and funding for promoting tourism, which was absent in the House bill. Another topic we have talked about a lot over the last month is funding for our cultural grants and historic preservation grant programs at the Department of State. This budget provides $43.3 million in funding for all cultural and museum grants, down $7 million from the House budget, while the two historic preservation grant lists are fully funded at $10.8 million, which is up 36% compared to the House bill. Additionally, the library construction grant list was not funded in the House bill and is now fully funded at $9 million. Finally, the conference report provides historic increases in transportation infrastructure funding. Our agreement fully funds the $13.6 billion transportation work program, which is $2 billion larger than last year. And it further provides $400 million for local transportation projects to support our community infrastructure. This is $200 million more than our House bill. Additionally, the conference committee increased funding for the Moving Florida Forward Transportation Initiative from $2 billion to $4 billion. Again, these are historic investments in our transportation infrastructure for our state's future. Mr. Speaker, that is the conference report for Infrastructure and Tourism Appropriations.